Hey, true believers. Join me on another journey from the basement as I check out a new spot that's opened up on Eagle Street in North Adams. Local geek Michael Kelly, known around town for past projects including Valhalla Eatery and Cornucopia Food Truck, is at it again, featuring amazing desserts and hot food options at his new nighttime spot, Food. Hey geeks, I'm here on another journey from the basement with my friend Mike Kelly. Mike, tell me where we are right now. What are we doing, man? What am I looking at?
Well, right now we are sitting in my restaurant called Food, but it's a collaboration between three different chefs in the area. One being me, Chris Bonavere, and Joe, he's got like it's called Eagle Street Cafe. His thing is like breakfast and lunch. I do dinner, desserts. And Bonavere kind of does his own thing with his food truck. So it's like this weird collaboration we got going on.
That's pretty cool, man. So how long have you actually been cooking for?
Oh, God. Man, it's been a journey of probably 25 plus years. My grandfather was a chef. And, I grew up with my grandparents raising me. So I always wanted to be like my grandfather. He always kind of was like my hero back in the day. And I don't know, I guess somehow I just kind of fell into it.
Beautiful way to kind of stay close.
Yeah.
So as far as this space, are you currently open now?
Yeah. Yep. Shorter hours just through the wintertime for now. We were all kind of getting our bearings. Like when we first opened up, we wanted to see, nobody's really done this around the area before, had three different places in one. So it was a real struggle, not struggle, I shouldn't say it was a struggle, but we wanted to make sure that it wasn't a struggle for each one of us to open up, establish ourselves within the community for our individual restaurants that we have. And then once we go, get through the winter time, we have like a grand opening for the spring/summer. And, we all just kind of offer what it is that we're all going to offer all at once. In conglomeration with that, or collaborate with that, I should say, I'm planning on a bunch of different like parties and events, things that are going on, one of which will be a pretty big deal, hopefully for North Adams. That's in the planning stages, but so far it's been really good. I joined a collaboration of businesses on Eagle Street that's been going on. That's kind of a new thing because I'd really like to, get Eagle Street back on the map.
Mike's love of food and his community stand out within seconds of talking to him, as does his passion for local, seasonal produce and the folks that grow it. From their spotless kitchen to the obvious joy Mike finds in experimenting and feeding the community, it is clear that food is bound to be a new gem in the neighborhood. But so when I was a kid, this was a geek spot. Not necessarily this building here, but this street. We had a couple, there was a card shop. Where'd you get that? Was over here.
Well, that's right. Where'd you get that? Was here.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I spent many a dollar at the Pokemon store, the Pokemon card store that was down here, Shoebox 2.
Holy crap. You got me on that one.
I mowed lawns for, 3.5 weeks to earn $60 to buy a Charizard card. Mm-hmm. I made $65. I bought the Charizard card, bought a booster pack, opened that booster pack. What was the rare card?
Another Charizard?
Charizard. So that being said, you consider yourself a geek, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Do you think that plays into what you do for work?
Yes and no. I have this weird fixation with, like, collecting things and stuff like that, which honestly doesn't really bode well for cooking. But along with that came, like, this love of just... I should say I'm really fickle with it. So like it's always the next thing. Like, oh, what's the next cool thing I can get that I can collect? But with cooking, it's kind of like, what's the next cool thing I can make? Like I have some birria tacos that are going back there. I haven't really made any of those before. I don't even know that I'm going to do tacos with it. I may even do something else because I just love switching it up. So like, it's kind of this weird personality trait that I have that did end up transitioning into cooking somehow.
Oh yeah, man. It's that geek thing of I need to clear off this collectible shelf so I can collect a new thing.
Get new
and put
stuff
it on the shelf. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So what would you say is the thing that you were the geek about the most that people might not know?
Oh man, that's hard. I mean, I kind of wear my nerd on my sleeve. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind telling people that sort of stuff, but I will say I am like a super sci-fi nerd, and I've always been into like anime too. not a lot of the, you know what, the anime one probably more than the sci-fi stuff, because like a lot of people know I can't really hide it into sci-fi stuff, but anime is like one of those things where I don't really say too much to anybody, because like I'm at the age group where not a lot of people are into anime as much, you know, as like now, or, you know, younger people all about it. Like it seems like it's blown up as a culture. But back in the day, you know, man, we used to watch, like, we had like Akira and like, you know, but everybody knew what those were if you were into anime, because that was all we had in the States. Dragon Ball Z was like a new cool thing. And
we had Adult Swim. And then you had to venture outside of Adult Swim. Mm-hmm. It was finding DVDs on eBay, things like that. It's weird to see it as a comeback, but it's out there. I think
it's cool to me. Yeah, I mean, I still have a closet full of old VHS anime tapes that I collect and stuff like that. Like I got the old Akira, and I'm so glad that I held on to that stuff, because, you know, over time, and this is getting a little nerdy, but, you know, over time they like redub them. Yeah. And then it's not the same as when I used to watch it. So like Akira has this whole redub that came from like 90 something on, but I have the old VHS version with the old voices, and it's so much better.
It's really interesting because you can actually get a sense of that original
the
Japanese
flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got all the flavor in it, man. Like there's a little bit that just kind of gets taken out of it when they redubbed everything, you know?
Well, hey man, you mentioned flavor. What kind of flavor do you have going on here? What's the main thing that you're working with right now?
Well, right now, I mean, when I started this whole thing out, I was just doing desserts. And because I thought maybe there was a good, you know, nobody was really open at night for desserts. You couldn't really go anywhere and get any kind of desserts. Any bakery that's here is usually closed pretty early, you know, 2, 4 o'clock, if you're lucky. So I was like, if I could order, or if I could make desserts and then send them through Doordash, people could get desserts at home, blah, blah, blah. That'd be great. It was a little bit slower than I thought getting off, and I did a real slow open. So there was also that. And it was been a fight with Doordash to just get things set up and running properly.
Process.
Right. So I did that. It was a little slower than I wanted it to be. So I said, well, what if I do both? It's kind of like an all-stop shop. You can get dinner, you know, just kind of snacks, burgers, things like that, something a little different than normal, and desserts. And that set it off the chain. So that's where I'm at now. Now I offer hot stuff and desserts, and stuff that you're not really going to find around the area.
Food is currently open Wednesday through Saturday from 5:30 to 9 p.m. Geeks can stop by or order pickup and DoorDash online. Keep an eye out for special events coming soon.
I'm trying to do this thing for North Adams, and this is, you know, you're getting the first spillings of it, I guess I could say. This is totally exclusive. I'm arranging a pickle fest for North Adams. I'd really love to. I'm going to close down the street, hopefully, you know, I have to talk to the mayor about the whole thing. Close off the street on both ends. There'll be food from front to back, along with here. Music in this parklet over here. That's another thing that's coming this year, is we'll be able to use this area for music, events, and things of that nature. Food, obviously, will be out there. And then we're collaborating with all the other businesses around the area. There'll be vendors up and down the street. Everything pickle-themed. Anything you can think of involving pickles, pickle pizza, pickle lemonade. I think Bonnevere wants to do like a pickle stuffed sausage or something. I just want it to be a town-wide celebration. I went to Garlic Fest in Bennington, and it's amazing over there. It's so much fun, and the food truck festival is great. Like, how come North Adams doesn't have anything like that? We have these amazing streets here and Eagle Street that we can just kind of put together to have this great time. And so I was like, I'm just going to do it. I might as well take it upon myself to just do it. So I've got a bunch of people who signed up for it. The Eagle Street Collaborative is involved in it. And yeah, that'll be a pretty big deal, hopefully.
Well,
we're shooting for like a September.
That's awesome. We're definitely looking forward to hearing more about that.
Sweet.
All right, man. Thanks for talking with us, man.
Thank you.
Peace. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.